A brain scan confirmed Bruce Willis has the black belt of dementias. FTD is the dementia that savagely eats away at the front and sides of the brain, causing a person to start losing words, dimming connection to others.
Not like Bruce, who is very warm and affectionate, to going the complete opposite of that was alarming and scary. And it's just hard to see that. Because as quickly as those moments appear, then it goes.
Bruce Willis was the guy who ran into burning buildings, stopped bad guys with a grin, and always knew the perfect line to say. But then, one day, the man who saved everyone couldn't find his words anymore. And that's when everything changed. In March of 2022, Bruce's family shared something no one expected. He had aphasia. That's a brain condition that makes it hard to talk. Bruce could understand people, but he couldn't respond like he used to. For a man who made his name being sharp, funny, and fast with his words, this was heartbreaking. It was like his voice got locked inside his head. But soon, doctors figured out something even worse was going on. Bruce didn't just have trouble speaking, he had frontotemporal dementia, or FTD. It's a brain disease that doesn't get better. It slowly breaks down who a person is. How they talk, how they think, how they act. Piece by piece, it takes everything away. A few months later, in August, Bruce's wife Emma gave an interview. She said something that showed just how serious things had gotten. Bruce wasn't safe at home anymore. He was confused. He was sick. And Emma couldn't care for him and raise their daughters at the same time. So she made a painful choice. She moved Bruce into a care home nearby where he could get help 24/7. That's when it became real. Bruce wasn't just forgetting things. He was slowly disappearing. And Emma, she was learning how to say goodbye without actually saying it. Before all this, Bruce wasn't like other action stars. That's why people loved him. Back in 1985, he started moonlighting as David Addison.
David! Could I have a minute of your time, please?
Take two, they're small.
A funny, clumsy, regular guy who made people laugh. He wasn't some superhero, he was real. Bruce had amazing chemistry with Sybil Shepherd on the show, and people couldn't get enough. He won big awards, like an Emmy and a Golden Globe. Then came Die Hard in 1988. That movie changed everything. Bruce played John McClane, a cop in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Come out to the coast, we get together, have a few laughs.
He got hurt, he messed up, but he kept going. He wasn't perfect, and that's what made him a legend. Audiences saw themselves in him. From there, Bruce became unstoppable. He starred in Pulp Fiction, Armageddon, The Fifth Element, The Sixth Sense, and 12 Monkeys. He could make you laugh, cry, or hold your breath in a single scene. Even when a movie didn't do well, he kept working. He always came back stronger. By the early 2000s, Bruce was the guy. The one directors called when they needed a star who could do it all. He was cool, tough, and funny. Everyone loved him. But behind the camera, things were starting to change. Between 2018 and 2022, Bruce filmed more than 20 movies. But these weren't big hits. They were fast, cheap productions. The kind where an actor shows up for a few days, says a few lines, and leaves. People thought he was doing it for easy money. But it wasn't easy anymore. People on set started to notice something was wrong. Bruce couldn't remember his lines. He looked confused. In one movie, actress Lala Kent was filming a scene with him. Bruce was supposed to say a line before firing a prop gun. That line was her signal to duck. But Bruce didn't say it. He fired early. She didn't even see it coming. They tried again. He did it again. The director reminded him, say the line first. But Bruce couldn't do it. Some people on the crew said they were scared. They made sure no one stood in front of him when he held the gun. Even though it wasn't real, they didn't want to take any risks. Directors started making changes. Mike Burns worked with Bruce in 2020 on a movie called Out of Death. Before they started filming, he told the writer, cut 5 pages of Bruce's lines, no long speeches. He didn't explain why. He just knew Bruce couldn't handle it. When filming began, Mike saw the truth. Bruce wasn't the same, but the studio brought him back the next year for another film, Wrong Place. They told Mike Bruce was doing better. Mike didn't believe it. He was worse, he said. Then there was Jesse Johnson, who directed Bruce in White Elephant in 2021. Jesse had worked with Bruce years earlier as a stuntman. He remembered how sharp Bruce used to be. But this time, it was different. Bruce looked lost, like he didn't know where he was. The studio told Jesse to shoot all of Bruce's scenes by lunchtime, then send him home. One crew member said Bruce stood there and said, "I know why you're here, and why you are here, but why am I here?" Other people on set noticed Bruce always had someone next to him. That person fed him his lines through an earpiece, and anytime there was an action scene, a stunt double stepped in. Bruce wasn't really acting anymore. He was being moved through the scene like a puppet. Both directors said they wouldn't work with him again, not because they didn't love Bruce, but because it felt wrong. It felt like the end of something great. At home, things were changing too. Emma saw Bruce's speech getting worse. He started stuttering again. He had done that as a kid, so she thought maybe it was just an old habit coming back. But it wasn't. She took him to a doctor. The doctor ran tests and told her the truth. Bruce's brain couldn't form words anymore. He still understood what people said. He just couldn't talk back. Emma said Bruce just stared ahead. Then came more tests. The doctors said it wasn't just aphasia. It was frontotemporal dementia, or FTD. A disease with no cure, no medicine, and no way to stop it. His family told the world. Fans were heartbroken. TV channels started showing Die Hard again. People posted clips of his movies. Everyone remembered the man who always saved the day. But behind the scenes, Bruce's world was shrinking. By mid-2023, his words started breaking apart. Sentences didn't make sense. Sometimes he forgot his daughters' names. Other times he thought they were still little girls.
I'm so grateful that when I go over there and I give him a hug, whether he recognizes me or not, that he can feel the love I've given him and I can feel it back from him.
His mind became a maze. His family became his map. Emma wasn't just his wife anymore. She was his guide. She helped him find things. She calmed him when he got scared. She kept him safe. But she was also raising two daughters, Mabel and Evelyn, and they were watching their dad fade away a little more every day. Emma tried everything: family dinners, game nights, hugs, but normal was gone. In August 2025, Emma shared more news. Bruce had gotten worse. He started wandering at night, and he couldn't bathe himself. Emma couldn't do it alone anymore, so she moved him into a care home. People online lost their minds. Why would you leave him? You just want his money. Demi Moore is the one really taking care of him. All of it was lies. Emma said, "I visit him every day. He's surrounded by love. This choice broke my heart, but it was the right one." Bruce's oldest daughter, Tallulah, wrote about it too. She used to think Bruce didn't care about her. She thought she wasn't pretty enough, not funny enough, that maybe she wasn't interesting enough for her dad. But he wasn't pulling away. He was sick. She didn't see it until it was too late. Now she shares her story so others can understand. Love doesn't always look how you expect. Sometimes it hides, sometimes it gets quiet, but it's still there. And maybe, just maybe, that's when love matters most. There is one small hope. In 2023, scientists in the UK found a tiny molecule that could stop brain cells from dying in FTD. They tested it in fruit flies, mice, and human cells in a lab, and it worked. Maybe one day it'll be a nasal spray. Maybe one day it will help. But it's still years away. Too late for Bruce. But not too late for his daughters. Not too late for others who might face this. Bruce is now 70 years old. He doesn't remember the movies. He doesn't fight the bad guys anymore. But he still smiles. He still laughs at old videos. He still reaches for Emma's hand. He might not know he's a legend, but the world remembers for him. Bruce Willis spent his whole life playing heroes. Now, he's showing us what a real one looks like. It's not about running into burning buildings. It's about showing up every day for someone who can't show up for themselves. And maybe that's the bravest thing he's ever done.